call this Caddo Parish regular meeting to order October the 6th at 3:30. We'll have the invocation by Commissioner Doug Dominic and the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Stephen Jackson. Everyone please stand.
We want to call the roll?
Oh, call the roll first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dominic, Johnson, Jackson,
Here.
Lynn, Bowman,
Present.
Hawthorne, Gage Watts, Middleton, Atkins, Chavez, Smith, Epperson. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
We'll have the invocation by Commissioner Dominic and the pledge by Commissioner Jackson.
All bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to be here today and watch over, forgive us in our many sins, forgive us in our failures and our shortcomings. We just ask that we do the business of the parish, business that will help each and every one of us and our citizens throughout Shreveport and Caddo Parish. Be with the ones that are not here today. And we ask for all these prayers in your precious holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You will turn and face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, active and retired military, render the proper salute, and join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Face your voice, that helps me out.
Are there any agenda additions? Mr. Hopkins, I do not see any agenda additions.
Next, we'll move to citizen comments.
Each citizen has 3 minutes to address the commission body on any issue that they would like. I have one card. Irma Rogers. Ms. Rogers, please state your name and address, please.
Irma Rogers, 1920 Michoud Street, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71107. Good afternoon, President Lynn, other commissioners,
Good afternoon.
Dr. Wilson, and administrators. I come before you this afternoon to give a general report as one of the NGOs who receives funding from this body on many of the very activities that we spend the funds on. Preemptively, we, MLK Community Development Corporation, I am the president and have been for several years now. When we make our reports, we do try to be as fiduciary as we possibly can with the funds that you give us. During this past summer and the school year, we have made more than 750 contacts with youth. This includes tutoring services at Northside Elementary and other area schools, previously at Green Oaks High School. I also like to make mention of the fact that our high school has moved from a D level to a B level high school. That's my understanding based on state results. We have done tutoring at that school for more than 4 years. Our senior citizens, for which we spend a lot of our funds too, primarily in our grants from the parish. The bulk of our monies are spent on our seniors and on our children. And I can tell you why. One of the summer programs that we support, which is co-sponsored with the Shreveport Police Department, takes the children to the Fire and Police Academy, and they have almost a week long. This year it was shortened, but they do what we call like a CSI. It's called the Law and Youth Academy. These are underprivileged children who come from our SPA recreational centers, okay? The training that these children receive can be a crime deterrent. I'm sure all of you are regarding the recent spike in crime. When these students go out there and they are trained by the police and the fire, they can understand that there are certain things, a small piece of fiber in your clothing could connect you to a crime. That's what they're taught. We also do things like we bought what we call fatal vision goggles that we would take into the schools, and you would teach the children what it's like to be 0.0, 0.1, 2.0 in terms of drunk driving. So that is also a deterrent. We feel like it's so much better to try to teach the students now and train a child than to try to retrain a man when they're in trouble. So that's why we put so much focus on that. Also with education, realizing that if we can help bring the scores up of any of our children, they will create a better democracy for us tomorrow. So that's why there's so much emphasis on that. Also, with the seniors, our seniors barely get an opportunity to meet and greet unless it's someone's funeral. So that's why we created senior socializations. Those are just some of the many things. To date, we've spent more than $2,000 on school uniforms. That's not just in MLK, that's across the parish, specific to Title I schools. They have to be Title I. We meet the needs of the underprivileged. Also, we do other items at Christmas, which is outreach and Thanksgiving for our seniors and the disabled alike.
Second. Passes by acclamation. Keep going.
Okay. That's just part of our year, but just primarily to let you know that the funding that you give us, we do take it, we do put it back into our community. I did read this report, and there are several things that I'm very pleased, and my commissioner, Mr. Johnson, was president last year. We still have some challenges in terms of flooding issues in our area, particular Russell Road, because it's just horrible. I know it was a 70-year flood, but if we think about it, what are we going to do to circumvent the next 70 years? We may not be here, but there are some things that we need to discuss in terms of the parish, and I understand this will be a parish and a city and probably a federal level thing to do to try to keep that from happening again, because it's been devastating to so many of our citizens. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Any questions?
We can't take questions or do questions at this time. Thank you so much. That is the end of our visitors.
Next, we'll move to adopt the regular session minutes from September 22nd.
Moved by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Chavez. Please vote. That passes. Next item, please.
Next, we move to communications and committee reports. I have one notice of public meeting. Notice is hereby given that at its meeting held on Thursday, November 17th, 2016 at 3:30 p.m. at Government Plaza Building, 505 Travis Street, Shreveport, Louisiana, the Caddo Parish Commission plans to consider adopting a resolution ordering and calling an election to be held in Caddo Parish to authorize the renewal of ad valorem taxes and/or the issuance of general obligation bonds in the parish, and to authorize the rededication of a sales and use tax in sales tax district number 1 of the parish. Next, we have any administration response?
None today, sir.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes, appreciate it, Mr. President. I just want to, and I know folks are watching, this will be saved as well. I wanted to give a big shout out and kudos to Louisiana Film Prize that took place this past weekend. It was a very entertaining and successful event. And just to show you the reach and impact they have, I had the chance of having lunch. I was just over in Herbie K's Saturday afternoon grabbing lunch before I went to my next function, and bumped into a group of guys who were in town to check out the film festival, and asked them where were they from. One was from Chicago, and one was from California, and the other was from New York. And so that's the reach. And they are independent film producers, but they were here just to check out our festival. And so I believe they stayed in the Remington Hotel. They indicated they were at Herbie K's because they wanted something authentic to Shreveport. And so that's the experience that we get when we support those kind of endeavors. And it really, and I can't think of her name, but it's not Sabrina, but it's the other young lady who works at the film.
Maddie White.
Maddie was there with them, and so she can attest to this interaction taking place. It was totally unorganized, totally off the script, but a very good feeling to see folks coming into town for that. Also want to give another kudos to the Fuller Center for Housing. We dedicated 2 homes and soon to dedicate another 2 over in the Allendale area. That's an area that was once ridden with crime and rentals and dilapidated housing. But if you go down that street over on Clay Street, It's bright, it's beautiful. I was over there for National Night Out for just a little while, and it was a very good feeling to have over there. The houses look beautiful, and those folks own their homes, so they're not renting, they actually own their homes. And so kudos to Mr. Lee Jeter and his team and all of the private partners who made those things happen. I think that next venture will be in Stony Hill, so we'll be looking forward to great things to come from the Fuller Center. Also, I like to announce, as since folks say that there are not things to do here in Shreveport, of course, you know, the Revel is going on this weekend. We also have Reform Shreveport, which is an opportunity for everybody to get out and learn a little bit about how we can be more efficient and how we can plan for a better Shreveport and Caddo Parish. I think they're going to have some walking tours, some curbside conversations. They have a national consultant come in. I'm sure the president will talk a little bit more about it as well. It's called Reform Shreveport. I think we are helping out as a sponsor for those, so thank you, Dr. Wilson, for helping them out. And hopefully, as we continue to have these conversations, we become more enlightened ourselves. And this is another opportunity where we get training here as opposed to going out of town to get it. There's a day party at the Penthouse. They're going to be doing a voter registration drive, voter awareness. And this is being hosted by the, I believe, Jesse Stone Legal Society, or the Women's Caucus of the Jesse Stone Legal Society. So if you have an opportunity to swing by there, feel free to swing by there. It starts at noon and runs till 5 this Saturday. There's also a YPI Lunch and Learn on October 10th, where it will feature the MPC, Mark Sweeney. If you get a chance to go out, interact with them, he'll be talking about the UDC. And last but not least, Sussler will celebrate its 50th anniversary. I think everybody got it in their box, so I told Dr. Melvin Williams Turner I would mention that to everybody. So if you have some blue and gold in your closet, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Independence Stadium, they would love to have the parish, as many folks as can, out for the picture. And that concludes my announcements. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Jackson.
10:30 tomorrow, Independence Day.
Dr. Wilson, I've had a few constituents call me in reference to receiving their mail-in ballot. Will you or legal get with Ernie Roberson and get a copy of the ballot that was mailed out, and especially detailed information on the amendments? And if you would please mail it out to all of the commissioners, or email it to all the commissioners. Several people have come to me, and they'll come probably to the rest of y'all, asking you to explain the various amendments that are on there. And then, Mr. Hopkins, on the charter amendments that we have on the ballot, who are we sharing that election cost with?
I believe that will be the December 10th election. That will be the runoff for Senate and House of Rep for the U.S. Senate and U.S. House of Congress.
Okay, thank you. That's all my questions. Commissioner Cawthorn.
Yes, good evening. I just want to echo the sentiments of our Commissioner Jackson as it relates to the LA Film Prize. I was afforded the opportunity to go to the kickoff party, and I had a chance to watch a slate of those movies. I think there again, that's the synergy between arts and create economic development in our local community. I think it's paramount, and that it's important that a parish and a city like Shreveport, that we don't have a bulging technological footprint or manufacturing as it relates to producing jobs. But the arts is a good mechanism to create the backdrop to spur on economic development. So I just want to publicly give Greg Callenbach and his people a big round of applause and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Commissioner Cawthorn. Commissioner Epperson.
Like to thank Mr. Wilson and the Animal Services Committee for participating in our National Night Out. They started in District 12 as early as September the 24th and culminated this Tuesday with, let's see, I went to 6 this Tuesday night. We appreciate you bringing out the animals for adoption. That goes over well. And of course, we appreciate the Sheriff's Department coming out, giving information relative to crime prevention. Also, the flyers that you put out relative to the Zika virus and West Nile, which is still here, very informative to all of the persons that were out, as well as like to thank the facilities and maintenance. We always do a few ditty bags to each group that we go to, and gave them a brief overview as to what happened in the parish this year and things relative to the upcoming budget. As usual in District 12, this Thursday, October the 13th at 10 a.m. This is something that I've been doing in my district, and I've utilized Attorney Henry Bernstein has been very accommodating in that. I think last year we had up to 14 constitutional amendments on the ballot. Attorney Bernstein comes out to the community and he goes down them one by one, and it's mostly a lot of senior citizens at the Bill Cocker Community Recreation Center. Probably be over 100, 125 senior citizens there, and we can't get away from that, Henry. So make sure that, because they made sure that you come again this year, and this year we only have 6 on that, but Henry comes out, he explains it to them, and whatever decision they make as to how they vote, that's their business. But the thing about it, they just want to have an interpretation of what those constitutional amendments meant. So he will be again doing that, which he's been doing since he's been in the legal department relative to the constituents in District 12. It saddens me that one of our volunteers, Miss Tina Strickland, on our Veterans Celebration Committee, and those of you that may have attended the meeting on last Friday, September 30th, we had a meeting. She and Rachel Jackson, they both work at Caddo Community Action Agency. They've been with us since the inception of our Veterans Celebration Committee, and they just don't come singularly. When they participate, they always bring a crowd with them and do a yeoman's job. And their word is they bond, and they have been dependable. You can write them down like clockwork. Unfortunately, Tina Strickland passed Saturday. They found her deceased at her home. And those of you that was at the meeting, we had a good time that Friday, and we all talked with her, and it's just alarming. The services will be tomorrow, October the 7th, from 12 noon to 5 at Winfield Funeral Home, 5701 Hollywood Avenue. Will be a viewing of the body. The funeral will be Saturday, October the 8th at Lake Bethlehem Baptist Church on MLK Drive at 11 a.m. And I will, represent, of course, the association, as well as having known her for over 20 years by being affiliated with Caddo Community Action Agency. I'd like to thank our Public Works Department through thank Ken Ward, that was his project, and others that may be involved on the completion of the parking lot at the main office of the Caddo Community Action Agency, 4055 St. Vincent. Very beautiful job, including landscaping, fencing, a yeoman's job, and I think it came in a little under budget. So we had a few dollars left to do some landscaping and make it look very good, and we appreciate that effort, and it's been completed now. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Epperson. Commissioner Chavez.
Thank you, President. A little bit news for District 10. The old saying, you can complain about something or do something about it. We have a real bad litter problem around Mansfield Road at the intersection of Burkhoons and Mansfield by the Kroger. A lot of our local people have complained about that. So I want to invite any citizens that live in that area that are sick of seeing it. The Youth Challenge Program kids out of Minden are coming to volunteer their time to help us clean up our area. So if you guys are up that morning, you'd like to come out and help volunteer and pick up some trash and make our area of town look better, I invite you guys to come out and help us. Also, our Shreveport mayor is coming to Southwood High School on Saturday, October the 22nd for a new and very interesting event. It's going to be the It's Everyone's Concern, a conversation on crime and violence. Join Mayor Ollie Tyler, area law enforcement community leaders, and local citizens in an open and honest discussion about crime and violence in our community. We're going to try to bridge the gap of communication and let people know what the law enforcement job is, why they're there to help us, what to do in different scenarios, and really try to bring to light what's going on in the community and have an open communication so that people can really start to push the negative light behind them, and we can really come together as a community between law enforcement and citizens. That's all, President.
Thank you, Commissioner Chavez, and thank you again for attending that meeting earlier today.
That event will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Commissioner Middleton.
Mine's very brief. It's just a reminder of Rob Broussard. Tell everyone that Tuesday night will be the fish fry at the Broadmoor Neighborhood Association, and one of our own, Clay, will be there to give a briefing on some things that's going on with juvenile court. And that's at 6 o'clock this coming Tuesday night. Every commissioner, every citizen is invited. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Middleton. That's everybody.
Next, we move to President's Report.
I'd like to reiterate what Commissioner Jackson spoke of, is that Reform Shreveport is our youth, the community of tomorrow, which is going to be having a meeting at Art Space on Texas Street, where First Methodist Church is, right across the street there. It starts at 5:30 tomorrow, Friday, and I hope that anybody and everybody can attend this meeting. It is focusing on better government and saving government money, and it's nice to know that people 30 and younger are concerned about the financial well-being of government and making sure that we're as frugal as we can be. On another note, which is fun. Centenary College is in the heart of Highland, and with the new chancellor, they are really reaching out to our community. One of the things that we're inviting people to do is that if you can come up with a 15-second or a 30-second public service announcement about why it's good to live, work, shop, or play in Highland, write it down and meet us at KSCL, which is the Centenary radio station, on Wednesday, October the 19th at 5 p.m., and we will record professionally your public service announcement on why it's good to all the wonderful things happening in Highland, and they will screen it, and they have final right of refusal, but all the positive messages will be played over the radio station for the next 6 months periodically. And that's the end of my presidency.
Next, we move to public hearing on zoning ordinances. Ordinance number 5620 of 2016 regards to zoning case P1016, property located on the southwest corner of North Market and Pine Hill Road. John Harris, applicant.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of ordinance 5620 of 2016? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of ordinance 5620 of 2016? Next item, please.
Ordinance number 5621 of 2016 regards to zoning case P1216, property located at 680 feet south of Fountain Blue Road. Zoe Interest, LLC, applicant.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of ordinance 5621 of 2016? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of ordinance 5621 of 2016? Next item, please.
Ordinance number 5622 of 2016 regards to zoning case P1316, property located at the northeast side of North Market, 1,075 feet south of LA 538. Moore Associates, applicant.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of ordinance 5622 of 2016? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of ordinance 5622 of 2016? Next item, please. And that's
Move
it.
to public hearing on ordinances. Ordinance number 5623 of 2016, amending section 3250 of the Caddo Parish Code of Ordinances relative to solicitation to change the times during which solicitation is allowed.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of ordinance 5623 of 2016? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of ordinance 5623 of 2016? Next item. Or that's the end of it, I think. Final passage.
Okay, that closes our ordinances. We move to zoning ordinances for final passage. Ordinance number 5620 of 2016, amending the zoning of property located on the southwest corner of North Market and Pine Hill Road from RA Residential Agriculture District to B3 Community Business District.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Epperson, second by Commissioner Dominic. Please vote. That is approved. Next item, please.
Ordinance number 5621 of 2016, amending the zoning of property located 680 feet south of Fountain Blue Road from RA Residential Agriculture District to B2 Neighborhood Business District.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Smith, second by Commissioner Jackson. Please vote. That is approved. Next item.
Ordinance number 5622 of 2016, amending the zoning of property located on the northeast side of North Market, 1,075 feet south of LA 538, from RA Residential Agriculture District to B3 Community Business District.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Epperson. Please vote. That passes. Next item, please.
Excuse me just a minute. Todd, I can't, my computer's not giving me what you're reading.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Won't be. Moment.
There you go.
All right, now we have ordinance for final passage, ordinance number 5623 of 2016, amending section 3250 of the Caddo Parish Code of Ordinances relative to solicitation.
Moved by Commissioner Middleton,
Second.
So moved.
second by Commissioner Jackson. Please vote.
Let me,
Oh, excuse me, pardon me, sir. Commissioner Middleton, do you want to speak on your motion?
On behalf of, I think, most citizens in Caddo Parish, they can sleep a little later.
Commissioner Jackson, did you want to speak on your second?
Yeah.
No, but I did forget to remind everybody we got an economic development committee.
Okay. Commissioner Epperson.
okay. So what are we saying? They can't start soliciting until after 10?
Yeah, it's 10 a.m., isn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
what the change is 10.
Yeah.
It's right now, you can't solicit from 7
10
till
to
8.
7,
So
I
it's
think,
not
10
gonna be-
8 to 1900.
So it'll be, okay, 10A to,
19.
okay, all right.
Instead of 0800, we call
Okay.
military, 08.
Please vote.
What about the religious
Excuse me.
folk, the Jehovah's Witnesses?
I don't even know if they're exactly
I think there's some exception for
It's exception for politicians and religion?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't politics
Girl
all
Scout
the time in the morning, I'm sure you. Screwed up here.
When Ken goes campaign, he likes to go early.
Gotta start early. And
Sounded
that is
Mr. Guy.
approved. Next item.
Next, we move to ratify the work session minutes.
So move.
Moved by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Chavez. Please vote. Commissioner Epperson, I saw you were on the board just for a second.
That
Did you
was a
need to-
mistake.
Okay. That is approved.
Next, we move to resolutions. Resolution number 74 of 2016, authorized design exceptions to Blanchard Fur Road Bridge, which is the federal off-system bridge rehabilitation replacement
So
program.
moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Dominic, second by Commissioner Bowman. Please vote. Excuse me, Commissioner Dominic, do you want to speak on that?
No, not at all.
Commissioner Bowman?
No, sir.
Commissioner Jackson?
Yes, I want to make a substitute motion to include Resolution 74, Resolution 76, Resolution 77. I think you want to speak on her. I think she wants to speak on her.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you.
Motion to englobo
To
by
adopt.
Commissioner,
Yeah.
englobo and adopt by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Dominic. Please vote. Those were adopted. Next item, please.
Okay, that takes us to resolution number 78, proclaiming October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Stormy Gage Watts, second by Commissioner Bowman. Oh, would you like to speak on that, Commissioner? Stormy Gage Watts, did you want to speak on your motion?
Yes. Lost some pretty important people in my life to cancer. my cousin last night, and I just want to make sure that everyone is aware to have yourself tested and to get tested in time. And it just doesn't affect women, but it also affects men. So it was my intention to ask you guys to wear pink and purple, but maybe we can do it next.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Don't worry.
Commissioner Bowman, did you want to speak on your second?
No, sir, she eloquently put it.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Epperson.
We didn't get the memo.
I too have a direct correlation with breast cancer. My mother, this November, I think it'll be 14 years that she is cancer-free.
Amen.
One thing that her oncologist, let's see, yeah, you call them oncologists, don't you?
Oncologist, yes.
Yeah. They always stated her attitude. You know, oftentimes it appears as though when women are diagnosed, they go down and they get all sad and like this is the end of the road. But attitude is good. The medical attention, the medical procedures has become more astute and better. But the main thing is to have that attitude that, hey, this isn't the end of the road. And matter of fact, after my mother was, you know, she was cleared, but she would go back up and talk with some of the others that were coming in. So attitude is very good in this deal. Just because you're diagnosed doesn't mean it's the end of the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Epperson. Commissioner Jackson.
Their comments kind of made the light bulb go off in my head. You know, in Louisiana and being in the healthcare sector, and most of us, the majority of us agreed that the Medicaid expansion was the right thing to do. And I'd be remiss, and their comments made me think about it, but since Louisiana has expanded Medicaid coverage, 700 adults have gotten colonoscopies under this Medicaid expansions, and doctors found polyps, which can be cancerous in 100 of those folks. So they got the early detection, and now they're getting the early cancer treatment. Because my grandmother passed away, and she did not have, and it was a form of breast cancer, she did not have any insurance, but when they caught it, she was in stage 4. The other thing is that 1,000 women have gotten mammograms since Medicaid expansion under. And that's another thing that looks for early detection. The other thing is 24 Medicaid enrollees tested positive for some form of cancer. They don't know if it was breast cancer or whatever, but it does specifically say that two dozen receiving breast cancer treatment earlier. So they suspect those 24 were breast cancer survivors. And so because of the Medicaid expansion here in Louisiana, folks are getting the early treatment. So you can argue with the politics of it, but when you put a human face behind these numbers, you cannot argue with what's right and what's wrong. I know there's going to be plenty of debate about it, but I just thought, you know, being in the healthcare profession, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring those numbers up, because you have a lot of people who wake up every day, go to work, put in an honest week's worth of work, and sometimes more than that, and they can't afford, or they couldn't have afforded health insurance. And now under this expansion, they're getting it, it's working. Just like we say, these 24 women who are receiving specifically breast cancer treatment because of it, those are folks who won't be snatched from their lives, and so, or their lives snatched from those families. And so it's just, it's working. And so appreciate you for always keeping us conscious about these social issues around here. So
Thank you. Councilor Suggs, uniform.
Please vote. And of course, that passes. Next item, please.
Resolution number 79, proclaiming and supporting October's National Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Stormy Gage Watt, second by Commissioner Jackson. Do you want to speak on that, Commissioner Watt?
Sure. Tomorrow at 5:30 on the courthouse lawn, the public is invited to come out and show your support of Domestic Violence Awareness Month and wear something purple. And you will have another opportunity on October 20th at 5:30 p.m. at Centenary College. There will be a memorial for domestic violence victims.
Thank you, Commissioner. Please vote.
Let me add a little comment there. For those of you that got sons, and I got two that's of age, and I always told them while they was growing up, even when they initially started dating, treat the young ladies as you would have someone treat your mother, your sister, and do the same thing, or your daughters when you grow up. And then I let them know too, if I hear anything of that nature going on, they might be old, but they ain't old enough for me to come and knuckle their head right now.
Get them, Ken.
Please vote. That's it. Of course, that passes. Next item.
Resolution number 80, ordering and calling a special election to be held in Caddo Parish, Louisiana, to vote upon the adoption of amendments to the Home Rule Charter, making application to the State Bond Commission in connection therewith.
So move.
Moved by the chair, seconded by Commissioner Jackson. Please vote. Oh, excuse me, Commissioner Atkins, I saw
To
you.
your earlier point, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this is scheduled to be on a date that currently has an election scheduled. So the term special can be a little misleading. I just want to make sure that all the voters
We will be
understand.
sharing this expense.
Thank you.
And this is a national election day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please vote. That passes. Next, please.
Next, we move to new business. Confirm appointment of Mr. Adam Oliver to the Caddo Parish Fire District Number 7 Board.
Yeah, I would like to move the Globo items number 19-1, 19-2, and 19-3, all three of those appointments.
Moved by
To be
Commissioner
approved.
Dominic, seconded by Commissioner Jackson. Please vote.
Done Globo and approved.
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Middleton. That is approved. Next item. Oh, that's
Next,
it.
discuss a continuation.
One
All right, wait, hold on. We got one more.
Oh, we can pass over that. We discussed it last.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the last item. There's discussion of continuation of recreation and quality of life activities.
We move over.
Do you want to pull it from the agenda, sir?
A second motion to be pulled from the agenda, please.
Moved by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Dominic. Poole, please vote.
Move to adjourn.
That's been pulled. Second. Meeting adjourned.
Mr. Jackson, where do you want to meet? Immediately or?